We're going to talk about a couple of specific types of functions. And the first one here we're going to talk about is the linear function. And hopefully that you have a guess as to what that might mean, just by the name there, describing it. But yeah, and it is just probably what you would hope it would be. A linear function is just a function that, if you graph it, it's a line. It's just a line. Linear function. So you got a line for a graph. Think about it that way. Now, since we've talked about the function notation, usually when we think of a line, we think y equals mx plus b, right? Well, since we're talking about a function here, let's use the function notation. A linear function, instead of y equals mx plus b, we're going to use f of x equals mx plus b. So it's the same thing, except instead of y, we've got f of x, or whatever you want to name your function. That's all really changed here. We've changed the y to f of x, because that's our function. We're talking about a function, so to designate that it is a function. All right. So the first thing here let's do is, let's just graph a couple of these linear functions. Two x plus 1. F of x equals 2x plus 1. So hopefully, yeah, we know what shape it is. It's a line. However, we're going to do this, I don't think, in this particular class anyway, we haven't done it this way. So we have two options, or actually more than that. We have many options to graph a line. There's many. You just need 2 points. So we can get 2 points however you want to get them. Use the x and y intercepts, that'd be fine. We can do that. We can use the table of values, get 2 values, not necessarily the intercepts. That'd be fine too. So if you want to do that way, that's fine. But let me just show you this way. Because of the information that is provided here, we can graph it this way too. We know that the m is 2 and the b is 5, right? That's what we said all along here. But more specifically, that means the m is the slope, so I've got a slope of 2. And the b is 5, so that means I've got the y-intercept is 5, or if we want to put it in ordered pair form, 0, 5. Right? So right off of the equation here, the function, I can read off those 2 bits of information. Easy enough. Okay, well, how does that help me graph it? Well, like I said, I need 2 points to graph a line. Right here is 1 point, isn't it? The y-intercept's 5. That's where it crosses the y-axis. So I know it's going to cross the y-axis here at 5. I maybe didn't give myself enough right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where it is on the y-axis, right? So that's 1 point. I just need a second point. Well, we kind of did this in a different type of problem before. Now I have the slope is 2, and I can interpret that as a fraction. I can say that's 2 over 1, and the slope I know is rise over run, so if I interpret the slope as 2 over 1, that's telling me the rise is 2 for a run of 1. So from point to point, that's the ratio of the rise to run. So from this point, that's telling me if I rise 2 and then run 1, I get another point. Rise 2, run. That gives me my slope, which gives me another point, which gives me 2 points, which gives me the line. Easy enough. So it's fairly easy if you do it that way or know how to do it that way. Like I said, you could do points, table, x and y intercepts, that's fine. This is just another way. Okay? So let's do one more of those. Do one with the negative slope. All right, so let's graph f of x equals negative 3x minus 1. All right, so we do it off of just the equation there. I've got m and b. B is the y-intercept, right? So that tells me where it crosses the y-axis. It's going to cross the y-axis at negative 1. Then I've got the slope is negative 3, which I can take as negative 3 over 1. I want to write as a fraction, which tells me my rise to run. So in this particular case, if I do negative 3 over positive 1, I'm going to rise negative 3 and run positive 1. Which means, all right, so I rise negative 3, which means down 3, right? 1, 2, 3. And then run 1, now that's positive 1. So I'd run this way. You get another point. So it's right there underneath. It'd be underneath 1, negative 4. With me? Okay? So that gives me 2 points. I know this is a line, so I can grab that thing pretty quick if you do it that way. I know what you're doing. Good? Nothing to it? Seem okay? All right. All right, so let's do this. The other thing I was going to do here was, let's